Hey, so I was expecting to have to set the camera up a different way to be able to, go live, but it kind of did a countdown and went live on its own, and oh well, that's just what the fuck it's gonna be. But listen, you all, listen. Oh shit, listen. Damn. Hold on, let me get the rollers. Okay, I'm back. Listen to what I've learned. This is what I've learned. And I ain't no motherfucking I'm not no scholar, but I learned some shit. So this is how it goes with narcissists. Narcissists, most, maybe not all, but most narcissists became narcissistic in their youth. They have dealt with an insurmountable let me stop trying to fucking be motherfucking politically correct. So the shit with the narcissists, they had to deal with a lot of trauma in their youth, right? So at some point, for their bodies or their subconscious, their minds to be able to cope, their mind shut down the emotional response to trauma. So what they did was continue to grow. Their thought process has grown. Their subconscious have grown. Everything have grown except the emotional response. So now they are unable to empathize or sympathize with you in any way, because even though their bodies and their minds continue to develop and mature, not their emotional response. So they have esteem issues. They have emotional issues. They have the tendency to become jealous, yes, even of their partner. So where you and I would say, my man is doing a damn thing, no matter what stage of his life that he's in. My man is doing a damn thing. I'm proud of him. He's made progress. He's doing what he needs to do. They don't feel that way about themselves. And in fact, you are who they would much rather be. So I'm not saying they want to be feminine. I'm not saying that. If you are accomplished, if you are successful, if you have a good heart, if you're a great mom, a great person, a great sister, a great friend, they are in fact jealous of that, because that in nature is who they want to be. They want to be successful. They want to be a great brother, a great lover, a great friend. But the emotional response, come on, has been shut off. Therefore, it's still in a youthful age. So they have no capacity at all to be able to respond to you emotionally. Ever. And they are jealous of your accomplishments, because indeed they wish it was their own, whatever it is that you accomplish. And so they need constant outside validation in order to maintain a situationship or relationship with you. That outside validation sometimes comes with another. Meaning, you're probably a favorite, but you're not enough. They need more and more validation from outside sources in order to feel better about themselves. If you accomplish anything while you're with them and people give you accolades for it, it is problematic for them. They have rants. They have or tend to be argumentative. They blame you for everything that is going wrong in their life. And even if you give them their flowers, even if accolades is shown to them for whatever it is that they've accomplished or managed to accomplish, the minute the accolades is given to you to share together, it's a problem. Narcissists very, very, very rarely like to go away, because they're out of their comfort zone when they are away. They're in unknown territory. That means that if they go into a narcissistic rage, people are going to look at them a certain way, and they don't want that. But they know the probability of them going into a narcissistic rage is very high. There is nothing that you can do or can't do to be able to help them, assist them. Everything that you do is going to, they will find a problem with it one way or another. If you're a great, good, phenomenal narcissistic supply, meaning you meet their every demand and they like, you can meet their every demand, you can meet their every saying, you can do the very best that you know how to do, speaking from a human standpoint, to salvage your relationship, they're still going to cheat, because they need a consistency of outside validation. It is not about you. It is about them. Emotionally, they cannot meet you where you are because they don't have the capability. And they don't have the capability because way back when in their youth, whether it was in grade school or junior high school, perhaps even high school, they suffered a great deal of trauma. And in order for their mind to be able to cope with the amount of trauma that was coming in, their defense mechanism in the mind was to shut off emotional responses. So it's a catch-22 in my personal opinion, because they can be held accountable. You should hold them accountable. And at the same token, they don't hold themselves accountable because they really, really cannot meet you where you are at any emotional level. So they could tell you that they love you, but they are incapable of love, sincere, real love. The love that they're telling you that they have for you and the love that they try to portray that they have for you is all for their own self-gratification. That is the only thing that keeps them going. And let me get deep for a minute. Right? I'm researching and I'm finding out this information, right? And I remember in one of the videos I said that I am an introvert, and I'm also an empath, right? So let me tell you how deep this shit get. Even when I was in relationships with narcissists, because I come to find out I was in more than one relationship with more than one narcissist, right? I am not a doctor. This is a disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a psychologist. I'm only going off the research that I have done thus far. And the research that I've done thus far has let me know that in my youth, when I had my self-esteem and everything was going the way that I, imagine it would go for my life, and I'm like, niggas can't do nothing without women. We choose them. They may think that they choose us, but they really don't. We choose them. And for a while I rode that wave until I started finding out more about the narcissist. And the narcissist, baby, chooses you. You can even say we chose each other. You could say that, because let me tell you, a narcissist, let me tell you how this shit really could get. A narcissist and an empath and an introvert, that is a very, very coincides with the dominatrix and the submissive, right? Now, when you get down to the total wire, the submissive is really the one that's in control, right? Because as long as she's submissive, or as long as he's submissive to the dominatrix, everything will be fine. The narcissist is that same way, except, this is the exception, and it's always an exception to the rule. Everything won't be fine, because whenever he or she feels threatened by you in any type of way, it's going to be a confrontation and or argument. If they are not comfortable, it will cause an argument. Whereas in dominatrix, they have safe words, right? If the dominatrix is being too harsh and the submissive, they have safe words to let them know, okay, well, we got to stop here, or curve the pain a little bit. But narcissists have absolutely no empathy or sympathy. They don't have the capability of being able to do that. And I know that we look at some of them, we built lives with some of them, and we like, you know what, this is my man, I'm gonna make it work. As far as I'm concerned, personal opinion now, as far as I'm concerned, there is no making it work with a narcissistic person. And here's why. you can't be happy. Even when you're happy, they're jealous of your happiness. They suffer a huge, grave, deep self-esteem issue because remember, dealing with the trauma in their youth, they cut off their emotional responses. So, whatever it is they feeling about themselves, they are projecting that onto you. They don't love themselves. How can they love you? How? And they don't love themselves. They are jealous of you and your accomplishments. They will always find a reason to prove to you that whatever it is that you're doing is not enough. You can be the freakiest, the skankiest, the sluttiest, the lovingest. You can play the mama role. Whatever it is that you are trying to do to salvage this relationship ultimately will not work. Narcissistic abuse is very fucking real. And I'm going to tell you something else. They will do, if you are a good supply to them, and what I mean by supply is, if you are the fave of the narcissist, they will do whatever it is that they can to keep you around. So what I notice also is that when we talk spiritual, right? Spiritual people, and particularly tarot card readers, I am fucked up. Just so you know. Right? And particularly tarot card readers. I have 4, I forgot the name of these shits, and it's making me have to pee. Pause. Okay. I forgot what I was going to say, honestly, but do your research on the narcissist. The traits, the behavior disorders and patterns. Do your homework on that. And let me just help you understand this. If they are a narcissist, it does not have to stop there. They can suffer from schizophrenia, BPD, which is borderline personality disorder, bipolar. Like, it doesn't have to just stop at narcissism. It could possibly go on to other shit. Now, I'm gonna roll my hair for the mom. I am nice and extra tipsy. And I'm going to get extra tipsy. Because I am enjoying myself on my time alone. But I wanted to touch bases with you and tell you that shit, because I think it is important that we know what the fuck we dealing with. Because let me tell you some other real shit. Baby. Again, this is a disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I don't know anything about dealing with the psyche of the mind, right? I don't have degrees in that. But one of the things that I came to fucking realize is that I have been dealing with narcissistic males for the past 30 years. and was totally oblivious to it. It wasn't until just recently I started doing more research and finding out what's going on. I see what the generational curse is. Like I'm face to face with this motherfucker. It is an eye opener. It does not make me scared. I don't fear it. But I understand that to break generational curses, it is not for the fucking weak. It is a lot of research and understanding and overstanding, and because I can think back now that I am better equipped with information, I could think back now to relationships and marriages that was in my family that were so toxic, and in my young mind I couldn't understand why then. Fast forward to the future, when I'm doing my research, not only do I have a better understanding, but I see where the fucking generational curse was and is, right? And here's some shit I want to bring to your forefront of your mind. Us black women, right? We love our men. We constantly prove our love to our men. Totally either oblivious or don't really understand that they themselves are narcissistic males. So we are feeding them soul food, and that shit is not even being digested. It's being regurgitated because they don't have the wherewithal, the knowledge, wisdom, understanding, or self-awareness to be able to really appreciate you, understand you, and build with you and want better for you, and the kids that y'all share, they don't even have the capability to do that. And it's sad too. It's sad because I could only picture myself with a black man. I know my value and my worth. I know that I am royal. And I look at the black man as such. However, everybody ain't motherfucking parents, right? And everybody, whether they parents or not, have life experiences that take away from all the energy you put into raising your kids. And so a lot of these men suffer trauma at the hands of their mothers, because I can't, it could be fathers too, because I'm experiencing that right now with my boys, right? That it's their father too. However, when I go back, statistics say that the father was removed from the home for many fucking reasons, whether he himself was fight or flight as a response to real love and vulnerability and building, or whether it was systemic, right? A lot of the mothers raise children on their own. There's no parent book. You do the best and I would like to say you, but that's not everybody doing the fucking best that they can. Some are frustrated at the fathers because of the burden of carrying a bulk of the weight on their own. Some of them are bitter because of that. They raising their kids. Their kids get a certain age, the kids start raising themselves. Trauma intervenes with what we would normally say, and this doesn't apply to everybody. I'm just talking about the experiences that I have seen, that I've witnessed, that I've grown to understand. the fucking trauma is too much for their young minds. They're not being raised by either parent. They are basically raising themselves. And in order to graduate or to push forward into adulthood in some type of way, the body responds as a defense mechanism and or as a safe haven to cut out the emotions as a trauma response. So they grow into these motherfucking men, and the men that they grow into they have a difficult time, an extremely difficult time, if at all, relating to your emotions, because they really fucking can't. And I realized that now, let me not say now, how can I put this? When me and my man got together and started having these motherfucking kids, I had no idea that he was a motherfucking narcissist. I had no idea that he chose me as well. I felt like I chose him because nothing is done without the woman. But narcissists, men and women, are very clever when it comes to choosing their empathic supply. So while you thinking, I'm loving on my man, I'm speaking life into my man, I'm making sure that he's good because he makes sure that I'm good, the reality is he's only making sure that you're good enough to keep being a supply for him. He does not have the wherewithal to meet you on any emotional level. And that fucking hurts. That hurts. Because he can't speak life into you. He can't pour into you the way you was pouring into him. He can't offer you any fucking thing. And one thing I know for sure, when you are a goddess, no one is supposed to be in your energy without an offering. It is supposed to be an offering to the goddess, because the goddess is life, right? But baby, they have nothing to offer. They portray. But in actuality, they have nothing to offer. They wear this mask to get you to believe in them and in love more, because, well, I can speak for me as saying I was always good, and I can't say that I had the perfect parents. I didn't have the perfect parents. I didn't have the perfect household. But some type of way, my mom instilled something in me that allowed me to understand and understand and learn that I am love. And even if I don't love the same way that you love, it's okay. But it means that I, from a young age, understood my worth and my value. And I got into these relationships knowing at the time that they couldn't meet me where I was. But I would compromise. And I would self-talk and say to myself, it's okay if you don't have that love right now. I have enough love in me to give to him, and once he receives it, we'll be fine. But they can't receive it. They'll put on a facade to keep you going, pouring into them, so that you can believe they received it and they're reflecting it back. case. And it's hurtful because as a queen of life, as a divine mother, as an ascension soul, I'm sure you don't want to look down on people and feel like I'm too good for you. You can't meet me where I am. You can't do nothing for me. So instead we compromise ourselves because we see and we still going off the potential of these males, these men. They are black like us. They grew up in a hood like us. A lot of us basically did raise ourselves too as women. Whether our moms was there, whether our parents were there, whether our older siblings was there, we did the best to raise ourselves and become who we are. And we're thinking we have all these common factors. But I know at the basis of it that I am capable of love and I can love you. And you want to believe the same for your significant other. Because you have history, because you have children, because your body, your mind went through so many motherfucking changes, right? To be with this motherfucker. And whether he went through changes or not is not to play it small, is not to negate that he may have went through changes, but at this point in his life, at whatever point, or whatever level, he cannot meet you where he at. He's incapable of doing that. And that's what fucking hurts. Because how the fuck do we push the culture forward? How the fuck do we continue to push our families forward? How the fuck do we not just maintain but prioritize the black family structure when a lot of these dudes, not all, but a lot can't even meet you where you are? And motherfucker can't even be honest. They refuse to be honest if they think it can end the number one supply. So all this time when I was popping shit in my youth, like, bitch, I'm his fave, you wish. I was. You were the fave. Yeah. You were, ain't no denying that. You was the fave. Because you fed him everything he needed to be able to sustain the relationship with you. However, he's still going to cheat because at some point, whatever it is that you're pouring into him or giving him isn't enough. They have this grandiose mentality of self-importance, which feeds their ego. They associate the ego with emotion. So you're feeding the fucking ego, you're doing everything you need to do, and he's still motherfucking cheating, and you're trying to find out why? Because baby, it's not enough to keep him going mentally. So I'm gonna finish my sippy cup. And it's a scary thing for black women out here. It is a scary fucking thing because you have covert narcissists. I mean, it's well, how they used to say in that song, it's levels to this shit. You got narcissists that will not only try to break your heart. You got narcissists that will try to unalive you. In any capacity. Whether it's physical violence, emotional detriment. Because baby, when I was going through some shit with that baby daddy, when he came home, baby, let me tell you, I was stressed the fuck out. I was so stressed out that my body was responding physically. I was going to the doctor every motherfucking week because every week it was something new popping up on my body. Baby, I would have I want to say cysts, but I would have cysts under my arms. A pus bump on my breast, on my back, on my inner thigh. I'm going to the doctor every motherfucking week at this point. The doctor is trying her best to remain professional with me and have patience with me. And she broke it down to me like this. I'm not trying to disrespect you. I just need you to understand something, that you're coming here with these physical ailments, and I see it. I do. I have ran every single test on you that it is to run. I can't run any more tests because then you're going to have to start paying out of pocket. I ran all these tests on you and you have a clean bill of health. So I'm saying to you, Miss Briggs, that maybe what you're going through is something psychological and it's showing up in the physical. Because as far as my records are concerned, it is nothing physically wrong with you. Your blood work is fine. Your HC levels are fine. You're hydrated. Your blood is fine. You understand? So, it is harsh. I'm quite sure they wish that they could love you. Maybe. But baby, this shit is very, very fucking real. And I wanted to share that with y'all because as I keep coming on this shit, I go back in time and baby, I could remember my stepfather being a narcissist. I don't think that my mom knew then because we have this habit of, that's my man, I'm going to stick beside him. Whatever it is that he going through, I'm going to be there for him. We are so predestined to heal our black men that we feel like it's ordained. Not fully understanding that they have to heal themselves. And that they can't love us if they have no love for self. They can't respect us or appreciate us if they have none of that for themselves. So, listen, I'm going to go because I am on a mini vacay. I'm going to listen to some music because it is pouring down rain outside in this beautiful, beautiful atmosphere. But it's pouring down rain. It brought me in early. I said, you know what? I'm going to curl my hair up and I'll go out tomorrow. So I'm going to do some more work. And I just wish you the best. I wish you healing. I wish you awareness. I wish you focus. I wish you healing. I wish that not only that you break the generational curse that you see or that you're aware of, but you're able to sever it at the fucking root, so that it will never again rear its motherfucking head or try to infiltrate your family. Now, I can only explain my experiences with narcissists. Doesn't mean that every single male is a narcissist. And at the same token, it is very scary because we cannot continue to put out energy into motherfucking people that turn out to be non-reciprocal beings just walking around here for self-gratification purposes only. I'm definitely going to meditate and allow that shit to escort me in a prayer and worship and praise, so I can get more understanding. I can go in depth with this, because baby, I have had enough of this shit for generations to motherfucking come. I seen my mama go through it, my grandmama go through it, I went through it, and it even started to affect my oldest son, because he was about to go through it before, you know, him and the ex-girlfriend broke up. This is way before my grandson. But you know, and it's not easy, because a lot of people don't want to be alone. He's the trick with me, right? I like companionship. I like company sometimes, like any adult. However, I am grateful that I am my own best friend. The way that I was raised, and I'm not trying to disrespect anybody, because we all was raised differently, but baby, learn to be your own best company. And focus so much internally into your ascension, so that when the discernment comes, you can trust yourself to know that you're making the right decision in spite of what you may be feeling for that person. It's okay. And the famous words of Nina Simone, you got to get up from the table once you realize that ain't no love being served there. And I just hope that our people at some point be able to get it together, because black families, man, is what motherfucking makes the universe spin a healthy cycle. Black love, the sincerity of it, the realness of it, the truthness of it. And narcissists, I hope that at some day they get the healing that they need. Will they ever be able to have a healthy relationship? That part I don't know. But I hope that they can recognize the shit within themselves, and or listen to what someone is telling them, and be able to get the help that they need, so that they can heal of sorts. And even if they can't be in a healthy relationship, perhaps and maybe they can be a successful, healthy parent. And you know what that comes with? That comes with, all right, we can't be together. I'm not going to disrespect you as the mother of my children. You're not going to disrespect me as the father of our children. We're going to co-parent as best we could in the most healthy and successful manner possible. Because ultimately, we want our kids to be able to understand and understand healthy relationships and being loving and supportive and healthy to themselves as well as their siblings. I may be stretching. I may be, stretching a lot. I may be stretching. I don't know if it's possible, but I have hope. I have hope. So with that, I have been using what is that from European Wax Center? It's for hair bumps and also discoloration. They come in a purple tube because I'm trying to get my whole body one color. If I'll be successful, I don't know. But I get my underarms waxed in. Neither here nor there. Cheers, family.